Matt, much needed 3 points here at the Mem. What about the performance today?
Not perfect in any way. I don't think probably the pitch at the moment allows you to be perfect for large parts of the game, certainly in terms of how fluid the game is. I thought we were honest, really honest in terms of the intent to work hard and get to the ball and put the opposition under pressure behind, as we have been for the last few games, which is always difficult, especially at home. So that first goal, the equalising goal, is a big moment. Whether it's Giovanni's touch and a bit of skill, and then the cross for Chrissy being on the end of it, that is a big moment and can't go underestimated, because we know if we stay behind for longer, the pressure increases, the expectation increases, especially against the team at the bottom of the league at the moment. So that was a big moment, and we were able to build on that because we felt we were in a good place at half time. But it still needed a little bit of quality to be the difference in the second half.
Yeah, that touch, run and cross from Giovanni Brown is what Rovers fans have wanted to see all season. Unlocking it hasn't been easy, has it, for him this year? That was a glimpse though, wasn't it?
It was, but it's got to be the start of more. I think we can all agree that his career at Bristol Rovers to date hasn't been enough in terms of that contribution. We all know it's there, but it's also got to go on top of the foundations of himself and the team today, which was just the work ethic and doing your job, understanding your responsibilities in relation to the intent, the bravery, the quick to the ball, the toughness, the competitive aspects of the game. And he will have those moments. Obviously, the team's got to be in a position to give him a platform to do that closer to goal more often than not. But he also showed us a few signs in the second half as well. So hopefully that's a big boost in the right direction for Giovanni, and is a start for his career really to set a light here.
Is he okay? Because he went off with what looked like an injury.
Yeah, another one with a problem. For starters, I've got to be honest, I know him better than anyone, so I know he can be fitter. So probably this disjointed nature of his season so far has left him in a position where he's not quite at his brightest or sharpness. So that will come with game time and training time at a different intensity. And then he picked up a dead leg. Looked like he tried to run it off, but as anyone who's played the game knows, that when they stiffen up and you lose your movement, then you become a little bit immobile. So hopefully it's not a long-term one. Hopefully it's a dead leg which falls out in the next couple of days.
You talk about key moments. How important was that double save from Jed Ward at the start of the second half before you scored?
Yeah, that was us in a nutshell of the sort of last 6 to 8 weeks, really. I think it was a direct ball into our back line. We didn't deal with it well enough. Then a set piece, and we didn't get there first. And he's made a double save and then a double scramble on top of it. And in recent weeks, let's be honest, that's probably gone in the back of the net. And all of a sudden we're 2-1 down and having to do it all over again. So maybe that was a little bit of the luck we needed, which went on our side in that moment with a little bit of Jed's contribution and defensive contributions. And then obviously the winning goal came shortly after.
Scott Sinclair's got the winner. We've heard that the likelihood is that next season you'll be trying to get the average age of the squad down a little bit. It feels like it might be a farewell tour for him, or a decision still to be made.
Who's told you that?
Well, the owner suggested before the match that maybe the average age of the squad, you'll be certainly for new signings, you'll be targeting maybe promising players, up and coming players.
Yeah, of course. I mean, youth and energy is part of it, but then you need to balance it off. So you need the senior ones around it. You can't get anywhere with just young players. You've got to get the right balance. So in terms of the James Wilsons of the world, the Scott Sinclairs, Chris Martins of the world, the big contributors today, we have to get the balance right, because you can see the naivety of youth, whether it's some of the subs coming on or some of the ones on the pitch. So let's work towards that balance and not hold ourselves to anything just yet in terms of what next season looks like, and enjoy the moment for what it was, which was a great goal for Scotty and a winning goal.
Yeah. And how was your view in the crow's nest today? Did you enjoy it or not really?
Well, I didn't enjoy it at all, apart from that, because I was directly behind it. So that was one of the one blessing of being in the stand today. I was directly behind Scott's goal. A good bit of control in the middle park from Giovanni again, and then a 1v1 situation. And because he's right-footed playing on the left, it's so difficult to defend against. I think it was the inner side of the crossbar. So 2 real moments of quality for the 2 goals, the biggest contributing factors. But the intent of the team, despite it not being as maybe attractive, certainly we're going to shift a little bit in terms of what we expect.
Yeah, you'll be glad to be back on the touchline though, I'm sure, next week, won't you?
Oh yeah, it's brutal. Certainly in terms of as you're forced into changes as the game goes on, you're trying to get messages down. So I'm looking forward to being on the touchline. It's where I should be, where I need to be. I've got to try and curb my enthusiasm, my reactions to certain moments in the game, but I'll always do what's right by the team.